Good morning everybody, Ken Ring here, predictweather.com, and we talk about the influence that the moon has over the weather and the planets as well. And we have the moon in Sagittarius at the moment, so when I get up in the morning, because I'm doing this late at night, when I get up in the morning, the sun rising in the east, which will have Venus just following afterwards, but it's got Jupiter and Mercury next to it. You can't see it because it's against the brightness of the sun, but these are all in the same part of the sky. When you have the sun and Mercury and Jupiter all together, that's a fairly dry sign. Means that that area is going to have a lot of dryness. So, but you look for what else is going on, and moon in Sagittarius is also a dry sign, dry and pleasant. So you've got two dries going on. You've got a couple of wets as well. You've got Saturn over there in Libra being opposite to Venus. Saturn opposition Venus is actually wet, so that's not very good, is it? And what else have we got going on? We've got the moon crossing into Capricorn tomorrow, that's Tuesday, which is also a wet sign. So a couple of wets there coming up, but the dry is winning, and that's why where I am, it's mainly humid, mainly dry at the moment. Now, something interesting is happening about 7:30 in the morning, and that's that the moon gets to the southernmost point that it gets to in about 27 days, because that's the orbit of this thing. And let me explain what I'm talking about. Everybody thinks, here's the Earth and here's the moon, and everybody thinks that the moon goes around the Earth like that, kind of around the equator, and goes backwards and forwards like that, around about that level. Whoops. Well, it doesn't actually do that, because the Earth is on a tilt like that. It's tilted 23 degrees, which means the moon's still in the same place as if it would be going around the middle, but now the moon goes from one hemisphere. See, it's around on the southern hemisphere at the moment, goes from one hemisphere and it crosses the equator and it ends up in the northern side of the Earth, and then it comes around again, and 13 days later it's on the southern side. So that circuit takes 27 days, and the moon effectively crosses the hemispheres, all because of the tilt of the Earth. And when it crosses the hemispheres, it does things to the tides. It shifts big volumes of water between the hemispheres, and the tides are connected to the air, and so the air goes backwards and forwards too. The barometric pressures change, all because of the moon crossing, all because of the tilt of the Earth. So that's why when they're looking for life on other planets, they've got to be looking for an Earth that's tilted, an Earth-sized planet. They've got to be looking for a planet that's got a moon the same as ours, because that's what causes the growing seasons, the tides, and the changes in the weather, which make for life as we know it. It's not going to be life as we know it unless we've got those factors going on as well. So that's the story of the southern declination. Now we're at the southernmost point tomorrow morning, and when that happens, the weather systems slow right down. They almost stop. Whatever was happening a day or so before the southernmost point, that continues through, because relative to the Earth, the moon's orbit is going parallel with the Earth's orbit. Everything closes down. And a couple of days after the southern declination, in this part of the world, we start to get southerlies generated, because the winds start being pulled up from the south, and as the moon starts to trek north. So it's going to go a bit colder in about a week's time around about here. So thanks for watching. There's more articles and more about this particular aspect on my website, www.predictweather.com. See you later.